It is 5:41 in the morning, and you have not turned on a light. The screen is the only thing awake in the house. On the Social Security page, two numbers sit side by side. At 62, $1,330 a month. At 67, $1,900 a month. Your cursor rests over the smaller one. It is the only one you can start early. The mortgage draft is due Friday, $1,286. There are 7 years left on it. You do not click. You do not move the mouse. You watch the cursor hold still, as if it belongs to someone with more time. The smaller number always arrives first. 3 weeks earlier, your manager closes the conference room door at 4:20. He brings a woman from Human Resources. She brings a blue folder. The word is restructuring. Not fired, not failed, restructured. You are 62 years old, and a word has removed your badge from the building. The meeting lasts 11 minutes. Your severance lasts 8 weeks. At 4:36, you carry one cardboard box through a lobby you crossed for 19 years. The box holds a coffee mug, 2 framed photographs, and the small desk fan everyone complained about in July. The guard asks for your badge. You hand it over. He looks at the plastic, not at you. The drive home takes 38 minutes. Your box rides in the passenger seat. At home, you carry the box past the kitchen and place it in the spare room. You close the door. The next morning, you wake at 5:52 without an alarm. The system can end a life chapter without changing its tone. The first Monday, you send 6 applications. The next day, 4 more. You remove 1987 from the education line. You shorten 19 years to more than 15. You change experienced to adaptable. The words get younger. You do not. By the second Friday, the spreadsheet has 43 rows. Company, position, date submitted. The last column says response. Most cells are blank. 5 contain automatic emails. Each begins with thank you. Each ends without you. At 2:07 on Tuesday, a recruiter calls about a 6-month contract 2 counties away. She asks your salary range. You give the number from your last job. There is a pause. Not a rude pause, a measuring pause. The call lasts 4 minutes. The phone does not ring again. Promising means posted. It does not mean interested. On day 18, you begin searching for jobs with no salary listed. On day 21, you stop filtering for full-time. The search radius grows from 20 miles to 50. The possible work gets farther away as the possible paycheck gets smaller. Silence has no rejection letter. Your wife works 3 mornings a week at the medical office. Her check covers groceries, utilities, and the health plan deduction. It does not cover the mortgage. On Sunday, you put the blue folder on the kitchen table. Savings, $16,400. Mortgage, $1,286. Car payment, $318. Health insurance, $742. You write each number on the back of an envelope. You add them twice. The second total is the same. Your wife runs one finger down the page. She stops at savings. She says quietly that she thought there was more. You say you did too. Neither sentence is true in quite the same way. You have been moving $400 from savings every month since the roof repair. Now the ceiling is clean. The savings account is not. You turn the envelope over. Against those bills, $16,400 is not a reserve. It is a countdown with no clock face. Your wife folds the envelope once and leaves it beside the sugar bowl. In the morning, it is still there. You never named it a plan. You named it temporary. Temporary is what a number is called before it becomes the number. That evening, you sign into Social Security. The account knows your earnings history. It knows your birth year. It does not know about the blue folder. The estimate at 62 is $1,330. The estimate at 67 is $1,900. The difference is $570 a month, $6,840 across 12 months. You multiply it by 5 years. Then you stop. That is not the calculation in front of you. The larger check does not begin tomorrow. The smaller one can. The estimates come from the same earnings record, same wages, same years already worked. With the record already set, The amount changes because the starting age changes. Nothing in the calculation knows that your final paycheck has already arrived. Nothing in it knows that 67 is 60 mortgage drafts away. The page compares ages. You are comparing months you must fund. You read the page again. Full retirement age, 67. Your benefit at 62 is 70% of the full amount. 30% is not a fee taken once. It is the part that does not enter each monthly check. The calendar keeps turning. The percentage stays. A permanent reduction rarely looks permanent on the first screen. There are 60 months between 62 and 67. The first 36 months reduce the full benefit by 0.05% each. The next 24 reduce it by 0.05% each. Together that makes 30%. The language is precise. The feeling is not. You look at $1,330 and imagine 60 deposits arriving before the larger number would even begin. At today's estimate, that is $79,800, before adjustments and before anything is withheld for work. Money during the gap. Mortgage money. Money with a date attached. The portal does not conceal the reduction. It displays both amounts. No pressure in the wording, only pressure in the timing. A choice can be accurate and still arrive cornered. On Thursday, the hardware store calls. The manager remembers you from the paint counter. 25 hours a week, $20 an hour. You could start Monday. You say yes before he finishes the schedule. For the first time in 24 days, someone has asked when you can begin. You set your old alarm for 6:10. You lay a clean polo shirt across the chair. The name tag says trainee. You leave it face down. On Monday, the manager gives you a box cutter and a code for the break room door. At 10:15, a customer asks where the furnace filters are. You walk him to aisle 12. You know the answer. The small competence feels larger than it should. At lunch, you sit in your car and open the Social Security page on your phone. The name tag lies on the dashboard. Trainee catches the sun. At 25 hours a week, a full year of this work comes to about $26,000. Then another number appears. In 2026, because you are under full retirement age, the earnings limit is $24,480. Above that, Social Security withholds $1 in benefits for every $2 you earn. The difference between $26,000 and $24,480 is $1,520. Half is $760. Not a fine, not a tax. Benefits the earnings test holds back in any full year you work above the limit while claiming early. The paycheck opens one door and narrows another. You circle $760 on the envelope. Your wife asks if that money is gone. You read the rule a third time. The answer is no. This is where two reductions that feel alike are not alike. The early claim reduction fixes a smaller monthly benefit because you began before 67. The earnings test holds back benefits when a full year's work crosses the annual limit before 67. At full retirement age, Social Security recalculates the benefit to credit months when benefits were withheld. The withheld amount is not simply erased. The early start is different. Those 5 years remain part of the formula. You can close the website. You cannot close the months already claimed. Two rules can touch the same check and leave different fingerprints. You return to the two estimates. 1,330, 1,900. You cover the smaller number with your thumb. For a moment the page looks simple. Wait 5 years. Receive the larger amount. Then you uncover the mortgage notice beside the keyboard. Friday, $1,286. 7 years remaining. The page becomes honest again. You are not comparing two checks that begin on the same day. You are comparing money now with money later, while the bills remain entirely in the present. That is why $570 feels smaller on the screen than it does across a year. The system did not change when you lost the job. Your record did not change. Your birth year did not change. Only the distance between income and obligation changed. The button is neither kind nor cruel. It does not know why you are here at 5:41. It does not know which number your wife believes you will choose. It offers access. It records the start date. It applies the formula. Indifference is most visible when the math is correct. It is 5:41 in the morning, and the light is still off. The screen is still the only thing awake. The two estimates remain side by side. At 62, $1,330 a month. At 67, $1,900 a month. The cursor hovers over the smaller one. You understand the 30% now. And the $570. And the $760 that work could hold back. None of that moves Friday. None of that adds to savings. None of that answers the quiet question in your hand. You move the cursor away from the button, then back again. The screen waits without preference. The mortgage does not. The system offers the smaller number first and calls it a choice.